Perfect. Excellent. Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for joining today's BPESA GBS Alchemy Awards briefing session. Also going to give you a quick update on the broader BPS event, BPESA GBS and BPO event that we're going to be running. My name is Tracy Freeman, and I'm joined by a couple of my colleagues at BPESA, and then our awards platform. Okay, we're getting muted. Excellent. So welcome, everyone. I'm just going to give you a bit of a heads up on the broader event for this year. And then I'm going to hand over to Naz to give us a bit of an overview on the awards. And if there's any questions at that point, we'll just pause and take your questions. What you can do is just watch that you are muted if you're not speaking, but otherwise just pop up your hand and we'll just call on you. I'm sure if there's a question that you've got, a lot of other people have. And then we're going to hand over to Kameshni and Tyson from IME to give you an overview on the Interview Me organization and broad platform, and then dive into the actual specifics around getting your entries in for the 2023 awards. So moving on, hot off the press, because we weren't sure where we're going to be hosting the awards this year. They will be taking place in Cape Town in the Western Cape. So if anybody needs to book accommodation or flights, we strongly suggest that you start looking at that now. The event is running, as we announced at the end of last year, from the 7th to the 9th of November. Brief little overview on the actual agenda of the event. So as you're all aware, this is BPESA's annual flagship event that we run. We host the event for a number of reasons. Big part of it is to actually pull all of you together as an industry community, have an opportunity to engage, to network, but really to also share best practice, knowledge sharing, what's happening in the sector, both locally and globally. We had a phenomenal response both in 2019 and in 2022 when we managed to run the live events, and definitely got great feedback from all the participants, just speaking about the new contacts that they made, the exposure to some of the really awesome products and services that are out there that they weren't aware of, but also just an opportunity for our operators to really come engage as a community, see who else is doing what, and as a broader South African community, really to up our game. That's a big focus. As always, we will, with our operators, invite some potential investors through. However, it is not an investor event. It is the BPESA annual gathering for our sector. So as per on the screen, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but obviously yourselves and the rest of the participants will be arriving on the Monday. We do have a closed meet and greet session with some of our partners and sponsors on the first evening. We kick off on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with the conference. We'll host plenary sessions as well as breakaway sessions, really giving us an opportunity to deep dive into all the key segments of our sector, looking at things from digital and IT, AI, looking at all the amazing skills initiatives that we're running with, and really give you as an industry an opportunity to engage, potentially present, and to really learn about what is happening. On the first evening, Tuesday, the 7th of November, we will have our opening cocktails, and we will really do a bit of a showcase on our award finalists, which will be aware at the time that they are finalists. On the second evening, we will have a delegate networking cocktail session, and then a by invite executive CEO dinner. And then, of course, what we're all looking for, just remember to mute yourselves, what we're all looking forward to is the grand finale closing awards banquet session. And then on the Friday, again, we have a closed session just with our partners and some of our sponsors to really just close out the week. So it's the GBS and BPO week in South Africa. It'll be dominating the national and the Cape landscape, and we look forward to having all of you there. So that is it on the basic agenda. And then if I move over to the opportunities to get involved, I know the writing's quite small, but all of this information is on the website. So as with all of our events that we run as a not-for-profit organization, we look towards you as industry to really get involved and make use of this platform to ensure that your brand is out there, your products and services that you're offering, you're able to showcase those to the broader industry that's going to be participating. The details again are on the website with a breakdown of all the packages, but just to show you that we have a number of sort of inclusive packages like our headline partner, platinum, gold, silver. We have themed partnerships looking at people, technology, connectivity, the PSS, professional and shared services, digital ITO and BPO and knowledge partner, opportunity for you to be an event prize partner that really runs in the form of a raffle. And we've only got a couple of opportunities there. If you want to be included in the welcome packs and would like to have a gift into each of the delegate welcome packs, there's opportunities. We have limited number of exhibition stands. So if you want to actually take up space to showcase, again, your products and services, there's your opportunity. And then the regional partnerships are specifically for our city and provincial partners. So those ones aren't available to you, but for our city and provincial partners. Then if we look at the awards specific partnerships, so the packages on the left cover the awards and the conference, but the awards specific partnership opportunities, there's the entertainment partner, the one partner has actually already been booked, event prizes, and then numerous opportunities for you to actually select some of the individual prize partnership, the individual packages, as well as the company packages, if you want to have naming rights on those categories, which Naz is going to go through in a moment, but it's your opportunity to really support the winners and the finalists in those categories. So in a nutshell, those are the sponsorship and partnership opportunities. I really want to dive into the awards specifically, which is why we set up today's session. So it was really just to give a bit of an overview of what's happening, broad picture. And when we move over to Q&A, if there are any specific questions, you can definitely reach out and ask now. But equally, you can get hold of myself or Naz or our regional executives, Lynn Davies or Yogan Naidu, to engage a little bit further. So without further ado, Naz, I'm going to pass the baton over to you so that you can take us through the actual award categories and timeline. Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy. I think we've broadcasted everywhere on our website, social media, as well as our event documents. So we've got a workbook for the awards as well as our sponsorship documents that outline these timeframes. But just looking at the awards itself, we made the awards booklet available for the 13th of July, giving you guys an opportunity to work through the questionnaire, but also to look at who you will put forward for the different categories. So I'm hoping between the 13th and the 1st of August, you've got a pretty good idea of who you're going to put forward and what your admission is going to look like. Sorry, I'm just admitting someone. Then, so the awards portal will open on the 1st of August, as well as our ticket sales, etc. That's going to be done obviously via our website, but also our glue up system that we've been utilizing since last year, November. That's our new kind of event ticketing CRM system. So hopefully all of you are registered on there and using the glue up system to your benefit, especially around the My Glue section. Then entries will close on the 15th of August. And what we find, like year after year, that we always wait for that mad last minute dash to get all our entries in. The system is quite sophisticated and it will allow you to actually load your questions, your evidence, do your recordings, etc. And you're able to save and submit later. So I would suggest that take the time between the 1st of August and the 15th to register, familiarize yourself with the system, but also ensure that you update your entry kind of submission before the 15th. Otherwise, we'll be flowing with support tickets, especially around upload, connectivity issues, etc. So be sure to kind of, just diarize maybe the 30th as your date for admission, 13th, 14th, not overload the system on the day. Sorry, I'm admitting another human being. Then after your award system, when it closes, we'll announce the different judges that will be judging the awards. This year is going to be slightly different for the Western Cape participants because we've gone into partnership, being in collaboration with Cape BPO. They will still host the annual awards, regional awards, but from a national perspective, we've aligned all our awards categories, criteria, questions, etc. So what will need to take place for the Western Cape entrants, they would have to do double entry. So whatever they've submitted for the Cape BPO awards, you have to submit onto our system. But knowing that it's not, we're not asking you for additional things. We've aligned the questions, the criteria, so it would be basically a copy paste, just to simplify it. So the judging will take place between August and September, and between the 2nd and the 16th of October, we'll be doing the shortlisted interviews. So I just want you guys to be aware that you need to block that, especially around the company awards. It takes quite a few individuals with submitting the company awards to actually be available during that period of interviews. So between the 2nd and 16th, please block it, because we will connect with you after the 18th of September to set up these meetings. But just be sure that your executive teams that are part of the submission, they've blocked that time in the diaries. And then obviously we've got the awards happening in Cape Town. We're very excited about that, and just trying to do our best to put a spectacular event together to celebrate our industry. So we're looking forward to being back in Cape Town, and yeah, just giving you guys a show of appreciation with what we come up with. Otherwise, that is it on the timelines. I'm going to cover the categories now. Individual categories are very similar to last year. Please do look out for a few changes. Like I mentioned before, we've aligned all our categories, all our criteria with KPPO. So there might be a few additional questions or omission of certain questions. So be sure to go through your workbook. One of the additions for this year under individual awards would be the top women in GBS leadership. That is part of our program that we're running for women in leadership, which we launched a month ago in Johannesburg. And yeah, be sure to go onto our website as well in the coming weeks to check on what we're doing around women in leadership, how to promote that, how to put a spotlight on it, and also looking at a mentor program to supplement this program from a BPESA perspective. So we'll be sending you some updates on that for the Top Women in GBS Leadership Award. Other than that, all our other categories are as previous, like as part of the 22 awards. It's very similar. And then for the companies, there's a few new additions. We're still keeping obviously the work from home hybrid solution. We've got the support services and all the operator awards, but the additions for this year would be your top impact sourcing operation award from an operational side or company aspect, and then the top impact sourcing partner award, which is an external partner that operators are utilizing for the impact sourcing programs. That's the two additions, as well as the top GBS Community Impact Award. Some of you in the Western Cape would recognize this as your community. There was a word, Tracy, I'm looking for it. Community
CSI.
Yeah, your CSI Community Spirit, but this is a Community Impact Award. And then we also, to align with our so two of our programs that we launched this year would be the leadership development aspect of the GBS industry, looking specifically at women in leadership, and also general programs focus on developing your leaders in your organization. So that is the 4 additional categories in the company awards. I think, yeah, that covers it. I think it's, yeah, if we can do a quick Q&A before we move on to our awards system, that would be, yeah.
Perfect. So Naz, I think, Yusuf, before we let you in with your question, we have a guest on the line joining us today, who was one of the judges last year, and we are hoping will take on the opportunity again this year. So Mr. Jones, Rod Jones, could I ask you please just to come on and just give the participants on this call a bit of an insight from a judge's perspective of what you're looking for as a judge, what to look out for, what to do, what not to do.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity to share a little bit of insights from previous years. I think the one aspect, or several aspects we picked up last year, particularly using the video interview platform, it changed a lot of things. And what we did notice, there was a lot of cut and pasting from certain from companies. So we would get 4 or 5 entrants, all pretty much reading the same script, if you like, and that really throws it completely. So we're looking for sincerity. So a lot of the juniors would need coaching. We noticed that they were very nervous and unprepared in many instances, and that penalized them. So we're looking for confidence, smooth flow of, from the heart, as opposed to scripted responses. And I think it's for the individual awards, it's to allow particularly the youngsters, allow the ego to come through, to be, demonstrate the pride in their work, the pride in the company. Those were very important. And last year, there were some really good people, but they just didn't present it well. And that does have a detrimental impact. The other point, I think, is use every minute or every second of the time allowance. We saw last year several submissions were just sort of, my name is such and such, I do such and such, end of story. But if it's properly prepared and they use, I think it's, I don't know how many minutes it was last year, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, something like that. Use every available second to get across the message. So confidence, don't script it, or at least if it is scripted, let them practice. Confidence, passion and pride comes through, and use the time allowance. Those are the high points that we picked out last year. Naz, back to you.
Excellent. Thanks, Rod. Yeah, I just think to reinforce that if any of you are in recruitment or have ever recruited for a position, you know that you have a number of individuals coming through all looking for the same position, and you immediately see the authenticity coming through. So that's really, really important that you assist your, specifically on the individual categories, to allow for that authenticity to come through. Also have a look at the T's and C's in the awards workbook. There is a limit on the number of entrants that you submit. There's also a question that you will see when the individual is entering, that have they been given permission by their company to enter? This is not going to penalize them if they haven't, but as always, we always recommend that the individuals that are entering are actually already recognized top performers within BPO operations themselves. So they would already have won internal awards, and the company itself has said, you 8 are going to be the ones that we're putting forward for the awards this year. That really just allows them as themselves to put their best foot forward, and for you as a brand, which they are representing, to really shine in front of the judging community. So I think enough on that, but let's hop over to some of the questions. Yes, if you had your hand up first earlier, I don't know if your question still stands.
Hi, Tracy. I'm super excited for this event, and I'm happy to see it's taking place in Cape Town. I just want to find out, last year you guys gave us a really nice breakdown of each award on paper. Could you possibly do that again this year, just so that we have reference to it, so we can plan and just make sure that we give the best entrance possible?
We'll pop it into the chat now, Yusuf, but it is actually on the website. So if you go to the BPESA website right now, you'll see that there's a GBS 2023 awards link, and all of the documents you're speaking about are there.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Any other questions at this point around the general event and the awards and categories?
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Just want to ask a question. Yeah, and it probably could be irrelevant, but I'm trying to access the Cape BPO Awards and sort of see their formula. Do you guys have a link to that?
I think it's on their website, but it's a great question, and we're building up an FAQ page, so we'll make sure that that is added on. But then, as Naz mentioned up front, that the Cape BPO and the national awards have been aligned, so they will be exactly the same, excepting for the one or two of the orange categories that you saw that have been added in. Those may be unique to the national awards. Equally so, there may be one or two unique ones only for Western Cape. But just to reinforce at the risk of being repetitive, everybody across the country needs to enter their awards on the national BPESA platform. Only Western Cape entrants and those that are based in the Western Cape need to enter onto national as well as onto the Cape BPO Western Cape Awards platform. Their submissions are written. Our submissions, which we're going to go through now, have both a written evidential upload document opportunity as well as the live video opportunity. So just bear that in mind. But we'll share their links as well. Awesome. Thanks, Naz. Grace, over to you, Naz. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other questions that are on timelines, categories, where to find what you need in terms of preparation? If not, then I'm going to hand over to our awards platform sponsor. We've been working now for, this is the second year that we've been working. We've took the feedback from industry with IME, and they've actually co-created a stunning system. I mean, some of you have been walking this journey with BPESA for close to a decade, and not to reveal our age, but we've gone through various systems, various award platforms that we've either outsourced, built on our own with developers. But I think from last year's experience and the feedback from industry, we've come up with a really easy to use, user-friendly system, and hopefully it will make the actual process easier for the operators and the individuals. So I'm going to hand over to Commissioner, and she's the CEO of IME, and they have taken the huge responsibility of getting the system up and ready for us by the 1st of August. So yeah, over to IME. Thank you.
Thank you, Naz. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Commissioner Govender, and with me is my colleague Tyson Verdmulman, and he's going to be showcasing what I would term a brilliant system. So the why, we started this about 2 years ago because we realized the one-way video interviews bring to life various things in our tech stack. So we're going to be going through that part of it with you. The second piece is our product, and we'll be delighted to introduce you to IME and the benefits of what that is. We're then going to go through the system walkthrough. You've heard from Naz. We took those customer insights and we developed a new system. We're going to go through what that is going to showcase for you, and then we're going to take some questions. We will leave you with material as well. So thank you for giving us this opportunity. So yeah, who is IME and what are we about? So 2 years ago, as I mentioned, we came up with this powerful, game-changing interview platform, video interview platform. Besides that, though, we had a portfolio of products that we could have brought in, and our system is really about video interviewing, bringing it to life in various ways. We have a footprint across South Africa. We have United Kingdom, and then now moving to UAE. So I think the big thing about it is we are delighted to introduce it because it's a new system. We have really moved into the digital realm. We have the full distribution capability in South Africa and across Africa. The one big thing and our core value is really about innovation. And you're going to see this come through with our product. We really have a lot of mindfulness. We took in a lot of insights, and we've built a new system because of that. And empowerment. We really are about empowering people. We're really passionate about contributing to South Africa. And we believe because of our values, we have a strong partnership with BPESA. Our system offers a range of features and benefits for organizations and applicants alike. And you're going to see that come through with the design of the award system. So if we go into recruitment, you can really transform your talent acquisition process with our innovative video tech. Organizations can make informed decisions and find the right talent efficiently. We are passionate about solving the unemployment crisis. This enables a far wider reach to job seekers. The next part, which is what we really are here for, we love celebrating people, and our awards platform enables this so elegantly. The full awards lifecycle from entry to judging with deep analytics makes for a memorable experience, which you will feel whilst you go through this process. Here, I have to tell you about BPESA's contribution. They have been a key person in co-creating this design blueprint. So I'm sure you're going to find that it's really, really very easy to use. It is efficient. So I'm hoping you're going to find that experience as you go through it. The next vertical that we have is our marketing vertical. And here we basically unleash the power of visual storytelling with this technology. Creating high impact marketing content has never been easier. We move over to research, and for research, we capture insights. We capture insights through various video interviews, and we delve into deep customer feedback. So here, this can be used to shift your organization as you work through those insights. Our last one is really about learning. And I talked to you about how passionate we are about learning. So here we bring you, basically, you can learn in any kind of
Commissioner, I'm not sure if it's me, but we seem to have lost you.
Hi, can you hear me?
There, you're back. Yes, you're back.
Oh, sorry. I'm busy going on. So in terms of our learning, we have enriched learning initiatives with our interactive video solution. Our platform facilitates engaging and efficient learning experiences, catering for different learning styles. So I really did talk to you about our passion for people, about celebration. So today we invite you to explore the full potential of our awards vertical. We are so excited to be embarking on this journey with you and BPESA. I would like to wish you all the best of luck and thank you for allowing us this opportunity to celebrate this important milestone with you. I will now hand over to Tyson that will give you a demo of our system. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamesh. Hi, everyone. My name is Tyson. I'm the COO of IME and very proud to be sitting here, part of this esteemed crowd, and so that we can really facilitate how you guys will be rewarded and awarded in the future. So best of luck to everyone. And we hope that our system makes it nice and easy for you. And my mission and our mission is to now not only facilitate that, but for us to now take you through how to work through that application process. So I just want to just quickly check if someone can give me feedback. Are you viewing the notes page or the actual presentation?
No, you've got the walkthrough, Tyson. It's yeah. It's
okay,
the
with
full
no notes, so everything's fine. Yeah? Okay.
Thank you so
perfect.
much.
Thank you so much, Kamesh. So I'm now going to just end my video, guys, so this is not too distracting, and I'll take you through the video. So the way the video has been designed, it's just a simple 2.5-minute video, which we'll obviously be able to make available to you. But the video has been designed with no sound, and it's been done like that purposely so that I can talk through it, and we can stop where we need to, just so I can spend a little bit of time on the relevant screens where necessary. In this video, what we'll be covering is how to apply for an interview or award. Please note that when I speak about award or interview, we use those words interchangeably in this instance. So from a naming convention, they mean the same thing for you guys. We'll also cover how to sign up, how to sign in. We're gonna cover how to select an interview award, how to start your interview, how to start your multimedia submission, and finally, how to complete an interview. It sounds like a very long agenda, but not to worry. Just like Kameshni said, we're all about innovation and trying to make things as efficient and effective as possible. So we will remain within that thread throughout our endeavors with you. So I think without further ado, we can jump straight into it. If I can just make one more request, any questions, if you can keep that for the end in our Q&A session, or just allow me for a nice seamless approach to taking you through the demo. Or alternatively, you prefer, I see the chat is working, place your questions there and we'll field them accordingly, as we proceed. Perfect. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to proceed. Hopefully we don't have any technical issues, guys. Bear with me. Perfect. Let's jump into it. Great, guys. So what will happen is, as part of the application process, you'll receive an IME link, which will route you to the respective awards that are pertaining to whatever it is that you're applying for or interested to register for. BPESA will obviously provide that to you. Once you get that, it'll take you through, and once you've clicked on that link, it'll take you through to the interview description page. Here's an example of an interview description page. So here we're describing the Top Technical Innovation Award and how that looks and feels. So in this page, you'll see that there's a full description of what the award is all about. It gives you information about BPESA. You can visit their website here. You can interact with all of their socials accordingly. It also tells you what type of award this is, organization, is it a person, is it for what's the other one? It's personal. Deadline, when is it due by, and then more or less how long the duration will be for you to complete this. Once you're done with that and you're happy, you can proceed to apply now. Just a note, don't worry about if you push apply now, it's not going to necessarily start the entire application process. This is just to take you through the registration process, so you'll have to do that first. So once you've selected apply now, you'll then enter your email address and push continue. Once you've done that, it will allow you to enter the applicant sign up page. And here you'll enter your information. Right, you'll click sign up now. And then you'll receive an email to verify your account. You'll obviously just click on that to confirm your email. And then this will route you back to the sign in page. Okay, so from the sign-in page, you'll be able to populate the information from an email address perspective and your password. You can then sign in, and then perfect. Here will be your own profile. So you'll be able to set up your profile for your company. Put your picture in. It'll tell you how far you are from a profile completion perspective. It also gives you an idea of where you are at with your respective awards and how far you are from completing them, how close you are to deadlines, and then any completed interviews. Then for us to start or to apply for the respective interview, you'll then click on the interviews tab on the left-hand side. Right, you'll then apply for the respective award. and then you will be presented with the minimum requirements. Once you put your respective information in, you'll then be able to answer those minimum requirement questions for you to proceed further. Okay, and once you've answered those questions, in this instance, we're talking to, are you participating on behalf of an organization, which is referred to earlier? Is your organization aware of you entering? Do you have the necessary clearance to submit this application? Yes to everything, great. We can push submit, and then that'll take you through to your connectivity test. The next two screens is gonna test the connectivity as well as your hardware. So you'll obviously need to pass these in order to proceed. So here we check the connectivity, check your hardware test. Here we'll test your camera and your microphone. Once that's passed, you'll be able to continue. Perfect. And then here you'll be welcomed by a intro video. If BPESA has chosen to set an intro video up for this award, you'll be able to watch this. It'll give you further context with regards to the award, whatever content they want to share with you before starting your questions. You'll listen to that accordingly. Once that's finished, you'll start the interview. Perfect. And once you start, you'll literally just get ready. You'll start the interview. You'll be welcomed by this little screen, which will give you an opportunity to just center yourself, take a deep breath, and then once that's concluded, you will be presented with your video question. You'll have some time to think about your answer. It'll give you the question in words as well, how long you have to answer, and it'll also allow you, if it's been set up that way, to take to have retakes. So this is an example of you recording your answer for that question. You saw in the page before that there was 8 questions, so this would have been one of the 8, and you can see here that in this instance you allowed 1 retake, and then you would answer that accordingly. If you want to take the retake for whatever reason, you can simply stop your video recording. You can retake it, and you'd be able to retake it, obviously within the retakes that BPESA set up, if any. Right, that'll continue like that. Once you've completed your video answer, you can save and continue. You'll do that for all of your questions until you complete. Once you're finished, you'll be presented with an outro video, if applicable, which will maybe describe way forward post your answering. And at this stage, you would then click that you're done with the video questions portion. You'll then start the multimedia upload. So this is where you can submit multimedia. So if your interview has multimedia submissions, you'll see a continue option to proceed if it's been set up that way. And then for each multimedia submission, you'll see the document required along with the file format required. So you can see that at the bottom of each one there. And then if you upload all your files at once and you've put it all in, you just simply have to put submit. If you've only done 1 or 2, you can come back and complete that at a later stage. But you must please remember to do that before the interview expires. So right in the beginning, it would have told you when to remember when that interview is going to be expiring. So bear that in mind, because if it does expire, you won't be able to go back and complete your interview. We only see the interview being completed or the submission being completed once all of these requirements have been attended to and have been submitted and completed in its entirety. And then once you've done that, you can submit. And thank you for completing your interview or award submission, and it'll take you back to your screen. And that's it. That's as easy as it is, guys. And yeah, if your interview has not been completed and has not expired yet, from the interview page, click the complete button and you can continue from where you stopped. So you don't have to finish it at that point until it will be available until you complete it or until it expires, as explained. And if you continue your interview and return to your one-way video interview, you will need to redo your hardware and connectivity test. So just remember that, because things may have changed from a hardware perspective. And that's pretty much it from a demo testing perspective. I think let's take you through to just some of the supporting information that you might be interested in. We will provide you with a how-to guide, which will detail exactly what I've explained now in the video. The video will also be available to you, and the how-to guide follows the same flow as that video. So it's really easy to navigate through it, very easy to understand. And if you do get stuck at any point, we will be available to assist you through our chat functionality, which you can find on the ime.tech, our main website. So just go in there and click on that and just understand what section you're stuck in and explain that section to us as part of your chat, so we can help you with exactly what you need. Very important to note that we're very excited to get this up and running. So please, we are encouraging everyone to jump straight into the registration or the pre-registration in this instance. I think it would definitely be very helpful for us to get you started ASAP. We know that it's starting from the 1st of August. So this is just your pre-reg. So you can get your profile up and running and you can miss the rush. I think the main thing here is if you utilize the next few days, we've got dedicated support for BPESA and you specifically, so use it. We're going to be providing that support over the weekend as well. So we will be available to assist you. If we don't get you as quick as we'd like, because there might be a bit of a rush in, which we don't mind, just hold down there. We will get back to you as soon as possible. It'll also give you a nice understanding of get a feel for the system before you go into the 1st of August and wanting to start your submissions. And I think what's also nice is, if you attend to your registration before the 1st of August, then come 1 August, your registration's done, your profile's ready, you can jump straight into the submission requirements. So if you follow those two things in separation, I think it'll start to take a lot of the angst away, and we can also assist you, especially with support in the registration portion. I think I've covered pretty much everything. I think a big one, guys, once you've set your password, please don't forget it. It can be a nightmare to try and, if we have a lot of people that haven't remembered their password, so write it down, keep it in a safe place so you can refer to that, and it's ready on hand if you need it. And that's pretty much us. Any questions? I haven't looked at the chat, but happy to take or field any questions. Myself and Kameshni will answer as far as we can. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tyson. Thanks very much. So the first question that came in is, can you enter multiple entries under one sign-up?
Yeah, so not too sure about the multiple entries under one sign-up. So I think for each applicant, you'd obviously be setting up your own profile, and then you'd be applying through to that particular award for the company profile that you've set up. So if you've clicked on that link and you've assigned your profile to that particular application or award, you'd be able to, and you'd have to obviously utilize that profile and link it to that, unless there's other profiles that you're setting up.
Okay, sorry, just to clarify, so if I sign up as Grace, and then under individual category awards, I nominate someone under the BPESA CEO Women in GBS Leadership Award, I can still log in with my same credentials to say, enter on behalf of an organization, another award, right?
Yes, so
okay.
If for a particular profile, so you business A, and you've got a whole lot of awards that you're applying for. If you saw on that front page, all of the ones that you've applied for will come up in your front page. So you will be able to have your applications for each one of those.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question.
Excellent. So guys, maybe just to throw one or two more things in. I know that Tyson did mention it, but for the individual awards, there's no opportunity to upload multimedia files. There's only one-way video interviews that will be allowed for the individual categories. As Grace just mentioned, the only award that we have across both individual and company that is a nomination award is the Women in Leadership Award. So there we're asking for you to think about amazing women in the sector that you would like to nominate Once you've nominated them and the questions have been aligned to ask you why you think that they should be submitted or considered for the entry, once we get sign off from that individual, obviously there'll be a deeper dive with them as an individual. So that's the only nominated award. When it comes to the multimedia uploads, those are for the company categories. And this again is us listening to you from last year, where we understand if there's a couple of individuals that want to get together on one screen, you know, and you each want to respond to a different aspect of the question, that you can pre-record that and then upload it. There will also be live responses though that are required. And I think one of the things that's important, and this goes back to what Rod was saying, is about the authenticity of responses. I know it's scary. I know it's nerve-wracking to be sitting there in front of a camera. There are retakes that you can do, but also please don't think that because the dog barked in the background or you stumbled on a word and you couldn't get it out properly, that you're going to be penalized for that. The judges are well aware that nerves play a part in this. They really just want to have your authentic response coming through. So please don't over sweat doing your video interview. Just rather have fun with it actually, because that'll allow you to come through. So let's see, are there any more questions that have come in? And the while there's any other questions that have been thought of, and I don't think I'm missing any right now, but while you're thinking, what Tyson mentioned about this pre-registration, you saw the link on the previous screen, and maybe Tyson, you want to go back to that previous screen. What the awards entry system only opens on Tuesday. And then just as a matter of interest, the table bookings and ticket bookings also open on Tuesday, completely different section, but I know that we've been asked that. So if you have a look on the left-hand side about where the applicant sign up is, we'll grab that address and just pop it in the chat, but equally we'll put it on the website. That will be available from tomorrow morning. This is not for you to enter your awards, rather it's for you to use tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, to go create your account so that come Tuesday, the account's already created and you can start uploading between the 1st of August to the 15th of August, your applications. But again, as Naz said, please do rather in your own minds or with your teams, set the dates that you want to do it so that by the 10th of August, you've already put your application in and you're not running ragged on the 15th and then phoning and saying, guys, it's 11:59, can you extend the deadline? Because that's not fair on the guys who put in the time to get their entries in by the 8th of August, for example. So the application pre-sign up is really just to create your account over the next 4 days. The awards applications is from the 1st of August.
Perfect. I just wanted to quickly just clarify with regards to retakes as well, if I can add there. The answer is obviously yes, you can retake. There's multiple retake opportunity. They'll be able to choose which one they want to submit, right? We don't really look at the retakes. We're only interested in, well, the system only really saves the submitted video answer. Okay, doesn't keep all the retakes. All right, just to clarify. Thank you. Any other questions, or is that it?
Either we answered everything by going through this, or everyone's going, let me play with it, and then I'll come back to you.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing the numbers come in over the weekend, guys. So please do utilize this time. Like I reiterated, we've got support. Our agents are ready and excited to make sure that you guys are well equipped and comfortable with the system. So please do use us. We don't want to necessarily have everyone jumping in doing their profiles on the 1st. It's going to be a busy time for everyone. So I think let's do the registrations and then we're all good to go. Kamesh, over to you in closing.
I think we just want to thank you all. So Naz and Tracy, thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it, and we really are glad to be partnering with you.
Thank you very much, Kameshi, and equally, and really excited to see a record-breaking number of entries coming through this year. Good luck, guys. Put your best foot forward. Yeah, and let's have fun with it this year. Naz, final close on your side, just in case there's anything that we missed around the awards that you thought of while we were presenting.
Just to kind of prompt everyone to be on the lookout for our mailer that's going to come through shortly. We will be sharing some of the links and info. So yeah, thank you all for attending. Yes, and we're super excited to get this awards program on the go, and we're here to support you. So feel free to contact our team if there's any clarification or assistance that you need. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.